This is my Match This Final practice match. Hopefully you can follow me through the day and just go through the way I think about things, the things I want to get out my head before a final. That's the biggest thing for me, is simplifying things. This has been probably one of the best live matches I've ever done for Matrix. So you are joining me today at Hayfield Lakes for a special one. This is my Match This Final practice match. We're 3 days away from the 2025 Match This Final, where I am desperate to try and regain that title. It'd be so nice to do so. And I thought I'd be really nice and I'd bring the Matrix cameras here to follow me through, as I say, the final match. It's going to be a bit of a moody day. I want to try and find out a few things, hopefully catch a load of these big, beautiful Hayfield carp. But hopefully you can follow me through the day and just go through the way I think about things, the things I want to get out my head before a final. That's the biggest thing for me, is simplifying things, and that's what today's going to be all about. So let's not mess about, let's get in there, get a peg, and hopefully we'll be on a right stack for you lot to see me catch some of these big, wonderful, wobbly carp. Right, so we are on the peg, and I've drawn really good, which I really didn't want to do today. I wanted a bit of an average peg today, but I've drawn what's potentially my first pick in the final, an absolute screamer, peg 35, the one that Mr. Bennett beat me off a couple of years ago. It's just such a lovely peg because you're so sat on your own. I mean, it's by the gap in between the two legs. It's really good here, but still, it is a practice match, and that is the emphasis that it's going to be about today. I don't want to fish the exact match that I think I want to fish. Yeah, really, I think I just want to fish pellet short, pellets long, finishing the edge. That's the match that I want to fish on the day. Today, I want to get some weird things out my head. I want to fish some natural baits, potentially fish for some silvers. I even want to try some mugging today that, weirdly, I'll talk about it a bit more as we're fishing. There's been no shallow fish whatsoever, but today, there's shallow fish about. For whatever reason, the pressure's really, really low, but there's some fish dobbing about. So I do want to have a little go at just trying to mug a couple, see if they're easy to mug, see if they're really, really hard to mug, which I think could be the case. Just see what mood the lake is in. That's what these practice matches are all about for me. It's not winning. I mean, I want to win on Saturday. Today is irrelevant. It's just about being here, playing about myself, but watching what everyone else is doing as well. It really, really is going to be a key thing. So I'm going to have a bit of a scatty match. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to fish shallow to start with. I'm going to try and pick a few of these muggers off that are dotted about, see if we can catch them. And then I'll start my match feeding, which isn't something I've been doing. I mean, it's been great just starting short, catching 2 or 3. I feel like I'm going to miss that today by doing what I'm going to do, but it is worth taking the risk. I want to see how hard these muggers are to catch, and then the plan is to drop short, see if we can get some, catch them long, do a few different things long. Normally it's just a case of feeding really accurately and ticking over long. Today I want to try fishing shallow, feeding natural baits, doing weird things. And then, as I said, short, that's going to be, I'm not going to fish the edge there, I'm just going to fish a bit deeper water. I'm going to play about with that. I'll explain a bit more about that when we're doing it, the baits I want to feed and the species that I'm fishing for. But yeah, other than that, we're good to go. You know what I mean? There's an odd swimmer about, not loads, just an odd one, which for me is enough. I'll probably put my glasses on in a minute just to see if I can see them a bit better. There's a few fish fizzing as well that makes me think that there are fish on the bottom I would definitely catch if I were to start on the bottom. But there's too many floating about. So quickly, I'm going to get my pole ready. I think we're what? We're a minute off? We are a minute off. So I'm just going to whiz this out really fast because I need to take my dolly butt off. And just like that, we are good to go. As I said, I'm just going to start shallow because I've not caught any shallow, but I really want to have a go because I've not done any of that type of fishing recently. On here anyway. And today is the first day that there are quite a few about, which there really haven't been. Why is that? I don't know. But there really haven't been many mooching about. I just flicked it at a ghostie then, and the ghostie like went down and looked at it. So you can see the colour is really, really, really clear at the minute. So they had a bit of an algae crash when the algae died on here. earlier this summer. That one had a little look at it. See, what I don't want is to keep my pole over the water today because it's so clear. I'm going to keep my pole off the water and just see if I can see an oddun swimming through. So Andy had a bite then, a lot deeper than what I'm fishing, but had a bite then. Someone coming through the bridge. So we can't stand up here though, that's the only thing that makes it a bit tricky. And they're ever so flipping hard to see at the minute. Really, really hard to see. But that one nailed it. Which is a lovely start, isn't it? And that weren't hard to catch at all. Don't want to be breaking the new toy, so I need to be a bit more careful with that. The only thing that they have been doing is that I just fished a festival on here last week and they are pulling so flipping hard. I should have really put another roller in here, I feel. Should have put another roller that way then. I'll bodge that in a minute if I need to. Let's just nail this one and then we'll go from there. So that was on, the usual little pasty pellets. And I start on a slightly heavier float. I start with one of our number 2 dippers. Let's see, £8. Don't break me rig, don't break me rig. Absolute lunatics they are. So Andy's nailed one there as well, fishing a lot deeper. So yeah, we've got to be right on it with net limits today. £50 net limit, and we really do have to be super careful not to go over that, because if you go over here you get disqualified. So I've got to be right on it. 30 odd pound a net, that is all they get. So £8 straight away, lovely. I'm just going to go a little bit deeper because Andy's had a couple of bites there fishing about 3 foot deep and just pinging 1 or 2 pellets at it, which is nice to see, a bit different. Sam's got a little fish there. And yet it feels like it's going to fish all right straight away. Because the other day I know they had a golden reel qualifier on here. And speaking to Bagger, no one caught anything for the first hour. It was mad. There were no bites to be had whatsoever. Which today feels like there's nodding about. And ghosties have seen everything, haven't they? Oh, I'm flipping at it and I missed it. I'd stopped looking at my float. And then the bugger had it. That was a big, beautiful orange one. See, I think that's the massive advantage on this peg, is that you've got passing traffic. They come out of this lake behind me and swim through. So all I need to do is pick them off as they come through. All I need it to do is brighten up a bit. Because when it's dull like this, they're flipping nigh on impossible to see. So I'm just going to give it not long. So I'm watching what's going on around me, just to see what people are catching and how they're feeding as well. Most people have started short, as you do. And I've not really seen anyone get a bite short feeding, which is interesting. So that's not really been the start, although there is an odd fish about here. I mean, I wouldn't have been unhappy. But you can see I'm holding my pole like this for now, down here, so I don't annoy anything. I want to see the fish, and then I want to flick towards it. Unless I can see one better, and we'll swap. See how I did that then? That's me lesson number 1 of Hayfield. Turning your rig over like that, They hate it. They absolutely hate plopping. It's a big ghosty there, but he's a bit fast. Oh, didn't even see that one then. The fight then wasn't even looking. I was looking at a ghosty just swimming away. There's a lot of signs. There's fish quite regularly swimming through this channel here. Might be a bit of a brave move that. Probably shouldn't have gone for that one. We should wait till he comes out and then have a go. I think he had that then. There's a couple here, but just can't see him very well, unfortunately. I think that had it then. I don't know when. So hard to see. It's almost like the mugging's a bit different because they can flipping really see well as to flicking your bait in. They can proper see it. So it almost feels that you can do it a bit badly. But no. We've not got to be bang on with it, I don't think. Because for once they can see your bait. All I've got to do is not annoy them. And he's got another one and he's just fishing past his bait, just flicking a rig in. He's only had two and I should have had two. Let's bring the bottle back here. Oh yeah, there's a ghosty in channel, let's go then. Oh, I want a ghosty. Let's catch the ghosty. Naffed me right off, didn't he? And it went again. A roach or something. I think my cameraman Ben, he stood up there. He can probably see all these fish swimming through. He's thinking, Jamie's useless. There's a few about. Just need that sun to come out a bit. There's one there. I think I quite got on that then. They are nearly impossible to bloody see. Ever so hard to see. 1 second they're there and the next they're gone. It's definitely not a feeding day. Like with how everyone's catching, or not catching rather. I'm not feeling feeding today. There's one right down here then. I'm just going to change that pellet. So I want a dry pellet. But the wetter my pellet is, the quicker it sinks with this. It takes so many less already. I've had like 3 or 4 goes. I'm sure there's one here. Sure, we see a fish here then. No. I'm pretty sure there was one there then. I'd say there's no rush. There's a better one. That's the best one I've been able to see. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Is it willing? No. The second that made noise, that turned over on that one. I didn't slap that then, I just flicked it and plopped it and... Can't do it better than that. And that one just naffed me right off. That one nearly let me float. Feel. There's quite a few about in there. Just don't want them getting anywhere near this flipping channel. Nice and patient. Dreading where this aerator rope is. Got myself in a horrible situation here, haven't we? Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting situation. And brief. Got away with it, love. You were worrying like me then, weren't you? Anything could have happened then. Thought we got away with it. Just be patient, innit? No exploding posh poles or nothing. We got another one. He's another 8 pounder then, even though he's only little. He's a little fat boy. Weirdly, they live here then. They live in this little bit. So, got away with that one. But it's having confidence with stuff like that, isn't it? Being able to trust your pole without going pluggy. Knowing I can pull its flipping head off like that and get away with it. That's the ultimate situation for poles breaking at was. But my baby performed beautifully, which it just flipping does. I don't think I've ever had a stick that I'm as confident in chucking about there with these. It's like spot on for mugging, flicking rigs about dead easy. It's just very, very nice. But anyway, enough pluggy stuff. I want to catch some more fish. So you've got to be so careful not to slap about like a lunatic just because you feel like it. So if I were to just sit here and keep on slapping, I'd catch nothing. They absolutely hate the noise. So they just want that little subtle plop like that. This is all the noise I want to be making. I'm doing that there, so it's sort of a out the way thing. I need to stop going from there because they're scarier than like them. I wouldn't know what to do if one towed me around the bridge. Like, it'll only lead to bad things, won't it? I need to be a bit careful of them. So these are changing already. There's a lot less about already. A lot less about already. All ticking off. So James is just now one next to me, short on the bottom. There's an odd fish feeder on the bottom. Not loads, but an odd one. Northern feeding on the bottom. But not a lot though, because I've not seen much getting caught at all. So what have I got? I've got 2 for £16-ish. I'm going to say 22. Need to be quick, so there's another one there. And 2 for 22. 3 for 22. And that seems to have made a difference, hasn't it? That little bit more depth. Just kept them happy, hasn't it? They don't want the noise of the float. It's almost as if it distracts them sometimes. So even though I've only got a little diddy float on, I said deliberately so it doesn't make any noise. There's still a bit of noise with these. So I could go a bit lighter and put a number 1 on. But to start with, I'll just put a number 2 on. It's got another one shallow there. See, plop an odd bait there, but if I get one, it's accidental there. It's just keeping me pole in so I'm not got anything going on out there. So important. Particularly now, I love doing this. Mine's the only peg with no bait in on. The only one on the whole place. So it's almost like create and then peg for yourself. So you can just wait. Be patient. And hopefully they'll come in a minute. So there's a couple here in this white water. But you just leave them alone. I mean, what I don't want to do is race to the fish. If you go to them too quick, you push them away out your peg really, really fast. I want to try and prolong the little visits for as long as I can. So there's, oh, James got another one. I'll throw a little bit of bait on that short line now. Just a couple, just that. That's all we're getting. What that one did. Oh, there's a big ghosty coming right behind it though. Do we ever go for the ghosty or not? I feel like he could annihilate me though. So I am a bit scared, I'm not going to lie. Do you just want me to start screaming? It's mad how many completely ignore it, innit? Like that had 2 goes at that. It wouldn't even acknowledge anything. They're still swimming in. There's a lot less fish swimming in now, but definitely at the start when we were setting up, there were lots of fish swimming into this lake, which is what you want. I mean, they either swim in or they swim out. The ghosty's a bit too far away. You just can't get to him. There's another one there. Another one's coming in the lake now. Nicking, oh, he's a big ghosty, that one. It's amazing how many ornamentals are in here. Absolutely amazing. Wouldn't ever think there were so many. Just laughed at me, that one. Absolutely laughed at me. I think his mate might have had a look. I had a little dip there, which is often a bite, but yeah, absolutely laughed at me, these things do. It just shows, doesn't it, if they're doing that, how many commons and mirrors are there as well. Yeah, I'll swirl off the end of the pallet then. Yeah, how many commons and mirrors are in the area that you're not seeing? There's loads. There's one there just behind that ghosty. Don't think he'll come to the splash though. don't want to know. And they must be able to see my pellet. See, I'm getting a little bit itchy now to do something else. Getting close. Just because I know these are having it, we'll catch on that 100%. If they're there to be caught, we will catch some on that. Just flick it back here for a minute. Swimming quite quickly now, the ones that are passing through. They work out very quickly on these lakes that they're getting fished for. So they change the patterns really quick, and it used to happen, or it did happen in Matrix This Final last year. It was crazy. Early on they were nigh on impossible to catch. And then who knows what happens, just something changes and you catch half a dozen really quickly. Like, really weird. Oh, there's one coming in. I don't know how deep I'm seeing them. I think they're a lot deeper than what I think they are. Which I'm trying to flick a rig at them that's set at 18 inch, and the fish are probably 2.5 foot deep, 3 foot deep. Especially these ginger things, and I'm just leaving there. But anyway, a couple more minutes, and it's time for a change. So just chucked an odd pellet there, not any accumulation, just 1 or 2. Just so I've got somewhere to, it's a big one. Ooh, something happened there then? Hey, that did, something had a look at that then, as it was just hugging there. Definitely something had a look at that then. One's just topped under the bridge next to us as well. Unless the swan's just jumped in. So yeah, 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Another orange one coming through. They are, they're dead deep then, that's why I'm not seeing them. They're really deep. That is what's going on in it. Oh. See what colour he was? There. Is that it, John? Thought he was going to go for it as well. I thought, oh no, can't upset the ginge, can you? He's going to get round the aerator, but I'm not giving it pole to get it back. It either comes back or not. I'm not taking the risks. If I put loads of pole there, I'm just pulling. This one either comes back or not. I'm not adding sections to it to pull it round that. Bad things will happen doing stuff like that, won't it? Just patient, and if it comes, it comes. If it's not, I'm not even bothered. I'd rather do that than it, because it's touching something. All that could do is wrap me pole around it and snap something, so I'm not going to take that risk. Not a chance am I taking that risk. So my rig just became a bit shorter. But it's all right. That was a ginger one as well. I believe we lost the ginger one. I have all the fish to lose, the ginger one. Yeah, I think in a final I may have put sections on that, but not today. So I'm surprised that didn't go, because I only had 0.15 on. So I do think that really does make a difference. I'd rather get the bite than not get the bite at all when it comes to mugging, and just take my time and see if I can land it. Right, is that the end of that? I think we're going to say that's the end of that, and I'm going to drop short. I think it's time, innit? So let's leave in there, and I'm going to go on short line with an 8mm on, if I can find them. Here we go. So I've got some nice pasty 8mm. I'm going to go in with that and see what's on this line, even though I can, what am I doing? Yeah, let's just fish short. Let's fish short. I'm just going to give it 10 sixes. Let's see if we have one. I've gone a little bit further on this peg to what I'd normally go. I would normally fish section closer. See, I've just cost myself a fish then. 100% I'd have nailed one of these two swimming at me, because there's a group of like 5 of them together. I would have caught one of them. Let's just give this a minute. These lads have both caught next to me. So I'm just going to go in, give it a minute, see my 8mm sinks me float. So I just want to edge it up. Thought my 8mm sank me float, maybe I put a few 2-minute shots on that. I put an extra like 12 on it before, and I think that was pushing it a bit. Must have been a bit greedy, that. Let's take that 12 off quick. So yeah, 1,000,000% caught another one mugging there. But I don't mind that, it's alright. Let's see what's on the bottom, if anything. I picked the right flipping rig up here, yeah I have. I can Ben's put a shot on when I wasn't looking. It's better. So I do want to take off a shot off that again when I come back in. Just pop her up a bit more. There's no use having it dotted to nothing in this situation. There we go, lovely. How nice is that? Beautiful. What have we got in that now? We've got £22. Minus a ghosty that should have been in there. There's a little babby one. Oh, you little... Oh dear. Spot mega sign that. It's just a little twisty one, that as well. One of the stocky type carp that are in here. So I don't mind them falling off. What we do, but they fall off today. So I've got a proper hook on that as well. One of our carpy rigger things. 16, maybe a 14's better to start with. I always start with an 8mm. Maybe that's what I should have been starting on then. See another mugger I could have caught there then. So I say it so many times, don't I, in that if mugging is an option and there's any fish to be caught shallow, you ain't competing with that. It means that they're all up and that's where they want to be. Simple as that. Lovely. This is alright, isn't it? This is alright. So I thought I could have missed my window, and looking round, people weren't catching at all. I was quite surprised that we got bite on this after that little lull. Although James and Sam next to me got caught on it. See, here's £30 we've got now. Nearly. Just under £30 in that now. So let's see how big the next one is. I might put another one in that, I might not. See how big he is. beautiful start. What was I doing? 8 mils. Pick me little pasty 8 out. So it's dead weird on this short line that I found. I need 10 pellets on that. Now 8 mils are always better. Look at this one here. Oh, that's sinking down far too fast for you to even acknowledge. It's mad, yeah. When you catch early on it, oh, who's still there then? I flipping caught him. Catch early on it, 8 mils always better on the hook. When you catch late on it, 6 mils is better on the hook. Don't know why. It always is. And I want to move it all the flipping time. Yeah, biggest tip I can give you that for Hayfield is that on your short line, they love a wiggly pellet. Don't know why, but they flipping love it. Yeah, they absolutely love it. So with having an 8 mil and a fairly delicate float as well, if you can get away with it, all depends on the levels of wind. Obviously, but yeah, with a delicate float, like I've literally just got one of our carbon slims on that's not too heavy bristle. It's like a 1.6 is on these. It's fairly delicate. I can get me float to sink, me pellet to sink me float, which I think is huge, but if we get a wind on it, I have to change to a much more stable float. But today, hopefully we'll get away with it for a bit. Right, you can go in the 30-pound net in. And then that one's done. It's probably got 34 pound in that net. Done. Done. It feels like there's a lot of fish feed in here, isn't there? There's many fish feed in there. And again, not many pellets, half a dozen. I'm gonna starve them on the hook. Right to the end, rattle it in. And we're good. Jim Bob's catching a few on a Waggler opposite, which is a nice day. Different day, isn't it? He wanted to get that out of his head just to see what was going on. See, so that sinks really low like that. That's just past where I want to be. And now what I do is just edge it up like that. And then in a second, if I don't get an indication, edge it again. Just keep on wiggling your pellet. So there's fish there. Another little wiggle. So never one for this anywhere else. Don't know why it works so well here. Must be something to do with the bottom or the slope or something. It always flipping works. I swear I'll just behind me floating. Still an odd mugger, but not loads. Just an odd one. Go, beautiful. Feels a bigger fish this as well, feels like a big old vintage one. There's some absolute units in here. This feels like a 10-pounder. These are the ones you've got to be on. So these great big ones always seem to be together. So if you're on them early, it's a good chance that they'll loiter about. This is the area the lake they want to be in at the minute with these weather conditions. As long as conditions don't change, like the wind's getting up, but it's missing me, if you see what I mean. So as long as it's missing me, it could be alright, but if it starts doing that, then it won't. They won't like that. Just got to take my time. I've got fairly robust kit on. I've got 020 to 018. It's fairly proper kit. There's no use in pulling and trying to get them in too quick, not when it's £10 a piece. Just take time. See another big ginge here. So many of them. It's amazed me how many of them there is. I didn't think there was as many left these days because they're blooming old, but there's a lot. This is another one of these great big wallowy mirrors that are like flipping tanks. They always live here. They live in this little bit. Bennett told me that years ago. This is where, when they feed, this is where they always feed. He's dead right. These are the ones that cost me 50,000 quid a couple of years ago. Steady pressure on him. I'm not yanking his head off, just take time. He's £10 on the end. There's no point. Okay, he's got one there. Oh, he's not. I'm telling lies. He's not one of them flipping. He's a beautiful big common. I thought he was a big fat tank of a mirror like me. Oh, he's a big common corpse. Probably £10 that one, isn't it? Just under, but we're going to give him 10. So we shall give him £10. Let's see. Again, pick my little estate out. And let's do it all again. Again, half a dozen. I just need that wind to keep missing me. So as long as the wind's not blowing on me, I don't mind. Sprinkle them pellets. Look at them swimming in now. Mad, isn't it? I've not seen a single fish go that way. It's mad then, isn't it? Unless they travel. Maybe the deeper if they go that way, who knows? But anyway, we are flying and things are going all right. Like I say, this is a standard match that I'd fish though. I mean, I wouldn't have done anything different yet, I don't think. Nothing's surprised me yet. A little wiggle, so I'm not lifting it much, just like a floating off. Just a bit of a wiggle, it's all it wants. You don't want to upset that tight line because you're on a slope. Ugh. The last thing you want to do is keep on lifting it too much too quick and let it come towards you, because then your float will sit right off. And you just don't tend to see the bite once you've got a slack. It's not right, like something's happened this time. Am I holding my pole in the right place? Yeah, I'm holding my pole in the right place. It's just tightened up then when that wind blew a bit. So I'll give it another little wobble and see what happens, see if my pellet pulls me float down or not. No. See, I feel like I'm not in contact now with my bait. I feel like it's slack. So I'm not going to see what's in my peg. I think you still see a bite, but I'm not seeing if I need to make something happen. So, lift it up, flick it in again. It hasn't got to go far. Let me pellet's what? A foot away from me bait. So many orange ones. Everywhere they are. That's it, lower it in and you'll see this time. See how much lower my float goes? Because now it's tight. It's not supporting my pellet because my pellet's too big to do that. It'll sink it. And my float's too delicate to do it, to support the weight of an 8mm. But it means I can cling on like this. I may have had my little run now, that might be it. I feel like there's one more bite in it. So James just took one short, so I definitely feel like there's another bite in it. I'd be amazed if there isn't. Right, so we've had an hour. And you couldn't ask for a better start, really. I mean, I still think I've missed a couple of chances. And this wind's starting to get up, which I really don't like, but it's gone all right. I've got £50 in the net after an hour, which, when I'm fishing for, probably 150 today. That ain't bad. You know what I mean? That's a really, really good start in my book. The only thing I'm not liking now is my shallow rig. I've just gone back trying to mug one then because there was a relatively easy one there. I thought there was. I didn't catch it. But my rig just feels too short now. As in the length of line between me floating me pole because of that one that did me on aerator. But it's not a problem. I can bodge a new rig if I need to, but I'm not too bothered about that. I've learnt what I need to learn on that they're quite easy to mug. With this clarity, if mugging's an option, yeah, it ain't too tricky. So I can leave that there. Next, however, you see Andy's getting bites. We have that big long lash. Makes such a difference. Oh, that's come off, that was foul off. But yeah, it's going all right, especially when they literally sit on the drop like that. That's not a bad sign, is it? So yeah, this is probably the best I've had it in there. I've been up here 3 times now, and this is the first time I'm on them at the minute. So it can change easy. Every fish can be your flipping last here, but at the minute I feel like we're on a happy bit. Mainly because where I'd expect them to be down that far end, where the space is, it's got a ripple in there at the minute, and they don't like that. So I think if the wind stays like it is, which it's meant to, they're going to stay in this bowl. But yeah, hour in, things are going beautifully, I'm going to say. So with this one, I'll be close to £60 that quick, which, so that's a serious beginning, although the lull is to come. I think the next 2 hours are decidingly moody, to say the least, on here, and they could easily not come back once they stop feeding. So what I have just started to do is feed some casters, just not too far, just on my top 5 down there, in about 4 foot I've gone for to start with. So I want to see if there's any skimmers feeding, and I've just fed casters to begin with. Not fed any ground bait yet, because they've been a bit weird at ground bait. Normally I put a lot of ground bait in from, but Sandy gets steady bites on that. I think he's foul looking them all now. He could be foul look, but we'll see. Yeah, my skimmers are ready for when I need to drop on it. Once this one fizzles out the short line, which it might not, might just catch £300 on this, but yeah, it's all going really, really good at the minute. Ooh, nobody. Right, we good? Right. Just had one fall off, which isn't very good, and I waited ages and ages and ages for that bite. So, I'm going to make a change. I mean, there is still, if I'm honest, an odd bite to be had short. If I'm just patient, I get a bite. But I want to have a play now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed me long line, just with 10 sixes and about 24s. Not a lot of bait at all, that's all it's getting. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to give it half of that. I'm going to spread that out really nice out there on my long line where I plan to tap a few pellets. I do want to have a little look at it. I'm not here to just catch a boatload of fish short all day, it's pointless. Unfortunately, we have to sacrifice that. But I'm just going to tap in. I'm not going to make much noise with it. Put a little bit of bait, spread it about there. For in a bit when I want to drop on that. And in the meantime, I want to have a quick go on my casters. But before I do, I'm going to make another rig. It doesn't bother me one bit. Making a rig during a match once I can find them. Didn't think this through, Ben. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I'm back. I just want to make another rig because I'm not happy with my shallow rig. And once it's in my head that it's not right, I may as well not use it because I ain't getting a bite once it's in my head that it's incorrect. It ain't the one. So anyway, so there's one there I could nail right now. So where's the one I've got? That's the one I've got. That's the one I'm not happy with. So I want it that much longer. Just to keep me pole ridiculously away from these fish because they don't flipping like it. They can see everything. And you want to be like 3, 4, 5 foot at least. See, I could catch him right now if I had this rig ready. About 5 foot. At least away from the fish. Because they're not happy, they're not going to feed. Yeah, they're just going to get spooked, sorry, because they can see so much. They are happy, very, very happy. They're just spooky. And they've seen everything. So I'm just going to whiz this one off, doesn't take long. 0.2 dibber, it has 3 number 10s. Really shouldn't be putting stops in me flipping mouth. Three number 10s, and we are good to go that quick. And a bit deeper was better, so I'm just going to slide him up. And yeah, that quick, good to go. Took nothing, did it? Less than a minute to make a rig. I'm just going to put a pellet on, but I am just going to drop on these casters really, really quick. Not for long. It'll take me 2 minutes to know if they're right or not, and then I can go back to mugging or whatever I'm doing. I'm just loose feeding casters here, not far out at all. I'm going in with that rig with, weirdly, a piece of corn on. A piece of corn is the best bait for these brown ones because I don't want to catch roach, I don't want to catch little fish, I just want to catch proper fish if I catch anything on it. So by whizzing out there, close the draw. Let's whiz out nice and quick, and it'll tell me instantly whether this is right or not. Because what I've not done that I always do is feed ground bait. And I've gone with not feeding ground bait this time. I think they're coming out of the water to eat Ben there. Ornamental's gonna have him. But yeah, so I've gone in there, no ground bait whatsoever. Just to see if there's any brown ones feeding. And immediately there ain't. Immediately there ain't. It's weird that, isn't it? Been so many big skimmers to be caught, and this is the epicenter of them. They ain't feeding at the minute at all. I mean, I should have had an indication straight away on that, but whether it's because there's no ground bait in my peg or not, I don't know. We'll find out shortly, because I'm gonna, now that I've not had a bite on it, I'm going to feed some ground bait on it. So you've got to, just to make something happen. I've missed out on like 3 muggers while I've been doing this. That I would have caught, they were quite easy ones. So Andy's just nailed on shallow there, little fish. So yeah, I'm gonna come off this that quick. That's how fast I know it's not an option. But I just need to change it. I need some ground bait in my peg. So if I just whiz this off. Well, there's a skimmer. He doesn't look very well, that one now. I just need a tub. Try and get it one without breaking my neck. And I need some ground bait. We've got ready mixed. Not a lot, but we've got some ground bait ready done. Only did like half a bag, if that. I didn't even do that probably. And I mixed it really, really dry so I can dick about with it if I need to. Just get rid of that. So it makes me ground bait really, really, really wet. I'm literally going to grab a handful of casters, plonk it in it, just like a flipping hedgehog, and just put that in. Big, sloppy, messy lump of it. I'll plonk that in there and see if that brings some brown ones in. But for now, I'm going to go back mugging just to see. So I put that bait long, which is lovely. Used to be there. Yeah, I put that bait in long. That I can keep an eye on that, see if anything, any fizzes start coming up on that, which would be nice to see. I don't know if there's a little fizz on it now, but I've not put loads in, I've just put a bit in. It's pointless putting loads and loads in because you just send them nuts. So that was a fish there then. And I need to keep this short line just ticking, just an odd bit of bait. But yeah, that's how quick we can dismiss something like we have with them casters then. So yeah, now I'm going to have a flick about again, try and mug one. I'll try and flick a nice shallow rig about around that feed that I've just put in. See if they're interested at all. And yeah, this is the beginning of the weird bit. So we've got a few fish in the net. We've got, what have I got in the net? 60 pound in the net. So if I can put another 40 in the next 2 hours, I'll be well happy with £100 leading into the last hour and a bit. That is the target. So yeah, enough waffling, more catching fish. It's like the easiest one ever then, wasn't he? What have I got? £30? £30 in that net. Oh, net's done now, innit? Is that too big? We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. No, let's not put him in there. 7. £30 in that, 7 in that one. Right, nabbed a quick and mugging then, and I've dropped on my casters again after feeding ground bait, and it didn't go under, which has biblically surprised me. I'd have bet me life I was going to catch on that. It's absolutely amazed me. I've not caught any skimmers on that just yet. So what I do want to do, just while I'm in a bit of a lull bit, just going to have a look on this long line and see what's going on. So I just want to keep all my bait short. I'm fishing right at the end of me dolly bot, and I just want to see if there's any fish on this. Because weirdly, there is not a single bubble come up on this line, which I'd expect because it's flat out there, so I would have expected an odd sign, but I literally haven't seen anything whatsoever out there. So I'm just going to ship out now, just be really delicate. Let's see if I get any bites. Don't catty anything, just cut me bait in. I just want to see if there's anything whatsoever on the bottom. So you can get a false impression so quick by getting catty out immediately, because they come in but they just don't go down. They're a pain in the arse. So I just want to give it a sec. And just see if I can pick any off. So it's going to be nice, patient. Put me bait in. My traps are lovely. I'm on the back edge of it. Let's see if anything whatsoever is feeding out there on the bottom. So no one's really done it, so I've not been able to watch anyone. I mean, the lads either side of me have just moved on it exactly the same time as me, pretty much. So there's no sign at the minute whether it's right or not. Although looking at both of their lines, same as mine, they ain't got no fizzing. Which they should, I'm winching out. I've just had a bubble next to me float then. Here we go. And a liner. So let's see if I've got it right by feeding nothing. Give it a little wiggle. We love a little wiggle at Hayfield. Yeah, feed nothing. Definitely blowing on that then. Here we go, here we go. So that we're right, isn't it? Feed nothing, be patient. I felt that last time was right as well. I did that in festival. Didn't get my catty out, was really, really patient with it. And I got a bite. That was a bite, that was in the flipping mouth, I'm certain it was. It was all nice. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I've got a 6mm pasty one on. So while there's not much bait in my peg, I don't mind having a 6mm on. But once I get a lot of bait in my peg later on, or potentially get a lot of bait in my peg later on, then we'll swap to an 8mm, something that stands out. Here's the next port of call. See me again, get out there. See, they're still fizzing then, but I want to put my bait just short of where I'm fishing. So yeah, bait's going in there. And I'm just on the back edge of it. Patient, patient, patient. So I may even feed less. Maybe feeding just like 5 or 6 6mm is the one. It's definitely fizzing on it. Like an odd little feedy fizz, just odd little 1s and 2 bubbles. Just different, because a couple of years ago, we were blasting like 5 or 6 bags of 6mm at it and catching on bottom past it, whereas that's not really a thing these days. Doesn't work as well. Again, just be patient with it. So I've got to be a bit more careful with my feed here, because most pegs are sloping. Whereas this one's nice and flat. And the best way to play these is to shift back to top 4. And visit the top kit. And then stand up to play them in a minute when they come. You normally get one little scoop at them. See how big it is. Normally about £5 on the bottom. These bits more or less. Let's chuck him in there. £30 net. And then that net's done. Well done, that net. Well done. And rinse and repeat. How good's that? I've loved that. That's the best thing I've learned by a million miles. That is that just being delicate is the way. Not loads of bait, just half a dozen of each. Bang on, innit? James is just up on next to me. It took him a lot longer to get a bite. I don't know how he fed that, and that looks like a skin bob to me. Clean, yep. Yeah, that's a skin bob there, what we should be catching. One short line, so there's still a bubble there. It's gone in there, there's just one little fizz. So here we go, just tap me bait in ever so gently. And sit and wait. Just hold that rig up so it doesn't go too far past. So we're blasting it. When we give them loads of bait, you're trying to draw in a lot of fish into your peg in order to get bites, which was great when they were feeding like that. But now that they're coming in like ones and twos, you end up being very hard to get a bite because there's so much bait there. So like this, early on feeding like this, just to show you short line. It's a lovely way of them ticking over. There's a mugger there just past me bait. But a bit too far out, that one, I'll leave him. So that's a mentality I need to get into as well, is that I need to remember to ditch a line really quick. If there's a mugger, whiz in, have a go for it. Always, always. You need to be very vigilant as to what's going on while you're fishing. Because if there's a really easy one that you can have a flick at, like there's one just swimming past now, but I wouldn't have time to get back and go for it. But if there's a really easy one wobbling at you, and you think, yep, then just leave the line you're on, nail the mugger, come back to it. I mean, obviously, unless you get quite regular muggers and then just ditch the fishing altogether and just mug. So I'm not getting any indications whatsoever. So it's just sat. So bubble next to me float. It's just swimming away from me, that one, but just be patient. Might dot that float up a tiny bit in a bit, although I probably don't need to, it's nice with it. With it being flat calm, I do like a really low float. You can just read what's going on a bit better. Any little wobbles you can lift at. See, that one didn't find me bait then. That one did eventually. Is that in the mouth? Sure it was. A little weird one. I've got £7 in my third net. £7 in third net we've got. There's another fizz out there now. I don't know if that's this one that we've caught upset it a bit. I don't think it is. Yeah, £7 haven't I in that? The one that I went, oh, you little bar steward. A couple have lost like that and they've just pinged off. Straight back in. go. Right, that'll be on. Is that a freebie? It's like a freebie for losing that other one, isn't it, that? Unless I've chucked it over the back of it. Yeah. I don't think it is. I think it's just right place, right time, isn't it? I think I've just literally stuck it in its face and he's gone, go on then. Unless it's foul looked itself. I need to go. Oh dearie me. It was like a freebie, wasn't it? Right, well it's gone. A little bit scatty, but it hasn't. It's really good, to be fair. We're 2 hours in. And I've just had a little spell on that long line with calamity. I lost 2. I lost one that just fell off. And I lost another one that was an accidental one. It literally pulled me elastic as I was lowering me rig in. Definitely a freebie. But yeah, I've not put anything in the net for a bit, but we're still flying. I mean, I've got about £77, something like that. Definitely over 70 in the net, which is ridiculous. Is that one just sitting there, great big one, and I can't see it? I can see like the little rings. Oh, there's one there as well. He's just swam away. Oh, I need a top kit. I need a number 4. Not going to catch you without that, are we? But yes, we're definitely on the fish. I've just not got to lose my way now, which is so easy. Let's wait till he goes into the dark bit so I can see him. Can't see him. Where is he? He's definitely there, mooching about. Just can't quite see him. He's in the white bit. There was one there then, but yeah, it's going all right. I've just not got to lose my way and try weird things now, because this is the bit when you try stuff, it doesn't work because it's not going to, because nothing's feeding. And you can get a bit disheartened and lose your way, so I've just got to plod along. I'm not really bothered if I put a fish in the net in the next hour, really. It'd be nice to, but it wouldn't bother me at all if we didn't. So that long line seems all right. It's just a ridiculously patient one, I think. Is how it needs to be. Let's put another section on this just in case one does pop up. It's no good having the dolly butt on. I can't be quick with the dolly butt. There's one just mooching there then, but I can't flip and see that way. So yeah, I think we're just avoiding a bit of a thunderous shower as well. I think we're just getting away with it. Touch wood. Hopefully it doesn't circle back round and get us. But it's just scouted round the outskirts of Hayfield, a big angry one then. I don't like that float. It doesn't sit low enough, quick enough. Just needs another number 12 on or something, just to take the edge off it. I want my float to be fishing instantly. I wonder how deep down that is. I can see it there, ghosty. I reckon they're like 2.5 foot. Really, really deep, which makes them nigh on impossible to judge where you're actually putting your flipping bait. But no, other than that, it's going. We'll just have a quick catch up on this one because not a lot's going on. I'm just going to have a scatty, go through the motions for a bit. See if I can pick an odd enough. Just can't see there, it's my white bit that. Just can't see anything there. And yeah, just gonna try and put a couple of fish in the net now. It's not learning time, it's just sit here and don't mess it up time if anything. So yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit.
You won't be in the net.
So, things have changed a little bit. I'm very, very, very wet now. So much so, we had to knock the cameras off for a bit because it was flipping biblical. I may as well have jumped in, it was that wet. But anyway, still ducking and diving a bit. In that, I've had another one shallow, I've had a couple more short, and I've dropped on these casters just while it was stupid rain. Unfishable anywhere else. And there's an odd bite. I mean, and more importantly, not from these, we don't want to catch these. I've caught some skimmers. I've had like 2 decent skimmers, and I think a carp just spooked up my peg, which is a really good sign. So we're literally just coming up to 3 o'clock now, so we've got 2 hours to go. And we're doing all right. I mean, I've probably got £90, I'm going to say. Yeah, 34, 25. Pretty much is what I reckon I've got. Which, yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's enough. We're ticking over, and hopefully now that rain's gone, they might have a bit of a tuna. Ooh, that was a different bite then. That was a bit carpy. So I need to be careful, like I say. I've got this. What's Andy got there? Andy's got my Pollard. I've got this kicking off on my casters, or just starting to think about it. There's an odd fish. There's almost no vermin whatsoever. It is just proper fish feeding when you do, which is lovely. So I want normally nearly £1 a piece. So I can drop on that and catch an odd fish, but I might need to change my hook length on this in a bit, because I've only got 0.15 on at the minute. So I like to start on 0.15 on this one. Just see what's about, just catch a few more silvers early in the match. So I've still got 0.17 mainline on. But it just, 0.18 mainline on. So it just lets me beef it up a little bit and swap to 0.17 hook length. When some carp start coming into my peg. If they do, it might not happen today. That rain that we've just had will go in 2 ways. It'll either push them all down and they'll have a feed, or it'll go absolutely horrendous. Because everything's changed a bit as well. The wind's changed weirdly, and it's sort of blowing. You can see it's trying to blow at me a bit now, which they won't like that, especially if the cold water's just gone in. So we'll have to see where we go from here. That was a large one that just topped in the channel there. You lot won't have seen that, but that was a proper fish, that one. But yeah, other than that, it's ticking. It's nothing's good, but nothing's good for anyone now. I mean, that rain's just set everyone backwards, and no one knows what they're doing now, except from him in the Dead Man's Bay, who every time I look up is catching a fish. So he's actually doing really well there. But yeah, the good bit starts in a minute, I think. I'm close to taking my coat off. So I just feel a lot cooler now as well, though. It's probably because I'm a bit damp, unfortunately. So yeah, we need to see where the match goes from now. So I've not done anything stupid, I've not fed anything long, I've chucked a very odd 6mm short, that's all they've got. There's not a lot to do that's different. We've just got to wait for things to change. James has got one next to me, he's just stayed short, James, and caught a few. Probably had 2 more than me, just fishing short. which I probably could have done, but I used the wild weather as an excuse just to drop on this, just to see. And it still hasn't been good though. It's been nowhere near as good as what it has been. So I've only fed the ground bait once, but I'm not liking it anymore. I don't know why, just something changed last week in the festival that we fished here, and they're definitely not liking ground bait at the minute. Maybe it's casters they're not liking, but I don't know. We'll see. At the minute, we'll just crack on and be patient. And I'm sure we will get an arrival shortly. Can't expect that to happen too quick. We've still got 3 hours. No one's catching a lot. Go on. Is the fishing me peg then? It's just a little bit uneven there when I'm fishing. That's the only thing I don't like. It's not very flat and nice. It's a bit of a slope, but for carp I don't mind that, but for skimmers they could be wafting me bait and going all over the show, but anyway. So, final hour. And everything's just wet through. Mostly moist is what it's become, but I've still ticked over. Do you know what I mean? It's become, I'm fishing a match instead of playing about with things just because the limited options, unfortunately, due to the torrential rain that we've had for the last hour and a half, but we've still ticked over. I mean, I've caught not lots of fish, but a really, really good stamp of fish, just rotating shore and now this edge as well, or short turning 4.5 foot with casters. So it's not been solid on this. I fed it for ages and ages and ages, dropped on it, nailed a lovely big chunky one, about £7, and then a foul hook one straight after that, so that was time to rip the hook length off and go in with a proper hook on. I'm going to swap the hook to a indication then, to a 14 X1 instead of a 16, and to 017 as well, just so I can fish a nice big standout bait and hopefully pick a few off. I feel like there's a fish there now, but nothing's happening. Just give it a minute and see what happens. So I flogged that line a bit, I foul hooked that one, and then I fished it and fished it and fished it, and I've not had another proper indication on it since, which I'd sort of expect, but I'll just give it a second. I reckon a perch is nibbling at me maggots now. It's not a perch, is it? I'm convinced that was a perch nibbling on me bait, but that's not a perch. It's also not in the mouth. But it was there, and they're starting to come in, definitely. So we've had probably 15 minutes now without any rain. It's off the bottom, wasn't in a move. I'll go back on that in a minute though. Just gonna keep feeding that nicely now, and there should be a few waiting on that next time I go on it. So it's crazy, I've been fishing great big pellets obviously on this one, like I mentioned, and you could tell with the weight of my pellet that the water had actually gone up. It's rained that much. I had to add like another ½ inch on my rig. It's crazy, that's how much rains came down. It was a serious heavy downpour we've had. That's a good sign. That's 3 fish I've had in this, mooching in this edge now. So it's definitely an odd fish start to come in. So yeah, it's been really good, really enjoyable, just not, unfortunately, as laney as I wanted it to be. It ended up being quite straightforward, a standard Hayfield match when you're on the fish, which by the sounds of it I very much am, which you knew it would be. This area's mega. It's been consistent anywhere on this spit, this peg and the 2 pegs to my right, or the 2 pegs to my left. It's been so consistent in this area of late, which it always is at Hayfield. It's always a good bit. So there's an odd pimp starting to come up on that now as well. Odd little bubbles. Starting to come up on that short line. So there's definitely plenty of fish having a mooch, but I'd say we're not going to have lift off today. It's not going to go daft for anyone, I don't feel like. I think it's going to be quite a civilised ending, this. Hopefully not a wet ending though, because flipping heck, I'm soaked all the way through. Not what I wanted 2 days before the final, is my gear getting absolutely drowned, but hey ho, what are you going to do about that? It's such a... You've got to be so like disciplined and patient with this though, because bites are so few and far between, and you have to be patient for the bite. You can easily miss it if you're skipping all over the place waiting to put one in the net, or trying to put one in the net as fast as possible. I don't think shallow would have worked very much. Not with the way the rain, well, I wouldn't have been able to see it anyway with how the rain was coming down. So this has gone a bit pongy now. So there's an odd fish there though, there's one in the channel there. There's a lot less fish on the surface and moving about now, isn't there? A lot less fish. So yeah, final hour. Same again, it'd be nice to just fill a net. I mean, I've just filled my first 4 with 30 odd pound in. I'm just going to start on my 5th net now. Got to put 35 pound in that. I'd be well happy. But unfortunately, nothing's going to change. I'm just going to fish these 2 now. It'd be silly to try and fish long or anything like that at this stage of the day. Especially when the fish, you're going to see there's fish on that. That was an indication then on the way in. Yeah, it'd be silly to try and go back out into the lake where they're least likely to feed at this time of day. Yeah, hopefully we can catch some of these short. No one's catching though, it's definitely gone poorer. The rain's had an adverse effect. Instead of freshening it up and making them have a feed, they don't like it in this case. Knock them off for a little bit, but I've had a feel of things. Yeah, it's definitely knocked them off, but I think the strength of the peg's seen us through on this one. Very, very, very good peg. So, I know nothing about fishing, like nothing. You know, I'm convinced there'd be nothing long on the bottom anyway. And upon going out there, I've had 6 and 6 shucks for £30 plus this. So absolutely ridiculous, and it's beautiful as well. As like an odd fizz, but not silly. Just really, really nice. Yeah. Just putting fish in the net is just really, really, really steady and just lovely. So it's a nice little thing, and still feeding the same though. That's what amazed me. It's feeding delicate. I literally haven't picked up a catty all day, which is a big, big thing on the edge. I mean, normally it's everyone's go-to, but it's really amazed me that I can just tick over, being ever so patient, feeding very little. He's lucky to score on him. He's right down. And yeah, really, really, really good move having a little go out there. So I'm literally going to stay out there till the end now. So, quick catch up this one, so you can watch me fish for the last little bit, and I'll talk you through it, because right now I need to put another net in. And it's all the way over there. So let me go and grab a net, and then we'll go back on that long line and extract with a bit of luck. Right, done. Net in. Should have put 6 in at the start really, but I didn't. We were cramming them in a bit. So I've only brought half of me extending keep net bar, which is a bit of an issue. The other half is lovely tucked away in my garage. But anyway, so yeah, that's one thing I need to remember. Saturday, put 6 in start, and that'll be enough then. But anyway, yeah, so we've got 20 minutes left. Let's see what we can put in this last net. This has been flipping lovely, and I can still see loads of ginger ones whizzing past. Now it's going flat. It is incredible how many carp go past you that you don't catch. These ornamentals in here, they have seen flipping everything, haven't they? Because I must have saw 100 of them today. I think I've caught one ghosty. But there's constant coloured ones swimming past all the time. It's incredible. Just shows how many get away with being caught in it. So yeah, this has been really lovely. If you can see it now as well, you wouldn't think there was a fish there. Right, it's unreal. There's not a bubble, there's nothing. It is a little bit harder here, so you don't get as much fizzing, to be fair. It is a bit flatter and different. But I've been on here before, and you do get an odd fizz coming up. There's an odd little single bubble coming up now, but nothing detrimental. It's just a case of being patient, waiting for a positive one, and little lifts in it, not big Zorro strikes. And if I don't get a bite quite quickly, I'm just whizzing back, filling my pot up and feeding again. I'm not getting my catty out at all. See, they're not bites them like that, just fish up in the air whizzing. So if I come back and feed again, there's a lot of fizzing going on there now. I don't know if I've just upset one by shipping back, maybe. I'm trying to feed just short of me float again. So I can't tell how it's fished. People have caught. I feel like Jimmy's caught really steady opposite me, and the lad next to him on 66, he's caught steady. Other than that, I don't know how it's actually fished. Oh, that's not in the mouth. It's miles off. It's about a foot off bottom, that one then. Let's feed again, so we can push them down a bit. It's just going to go weird now. I'll put my last net in. I'm going to put nothing in my last net. Potentially. See, I've got the option of dropping down there. I did just see a fizz then. Oh, I might need one more quick go down there. Let's feed that properly again. I'm going to do that. I'm going to nail one on this, and then I'm going to drop on that really quick. See if I can nail another one on that. Well, I don't know why, because this is very, very quick. I think I'm being a bit of a dick doing that. I think I want to just stay long and tick. just want to tick over. So they're the same fish, that's the thing. Still £5-6 fish long. I'll probably only up the same fish if I fish short. There might be a chance of a 10-pounder, but we're going to drop down there or not? How long have we got? What are we on? What? Have we? Go on then, one quick drop short. The 3 minute we're going to have. Quick 3 minute drop, see if we get one. And if not, straight back out long, innit? How big was that one then? That was £5, wasn't it? £5 in that. It's just dropping these casters just to see. Because it could be, you could easy up like 2 10-pounders down there quite easy. And I'd like to think there's a quick bite. So there was last time, and that was nearly an hour ago when I dropped on that. See, I've gone that 5 maggots over that. Quick go, it ain't getting long, it's only getting a couple of minutes. If I don't get one within 2 minutes on this, go away swans, I don't need you having a look now. Really quick look. If there isn't one there, I'm back out long because that is blooming enjoyable. That. Like, ridiculously enjoyable. See, this hasn't wobbled already, and if there's as many down there as I was hoping after I fed it for that long, I thought there'd be 3 or 4 there competing, but it doesn't seem to be. It's as if nothing settled short today. For whatever reason, that rain maybe, but no one's caught well in the shallower water today. So it's right unusual, I wouldn't expect that to happen, but just gonna go 20 more seconds. If it doesn't Houdini, we're off it. Had a little blink then. Come on, quick. You're not quick enough. Let's give it a little wiggle. Oh, we did like that. A little wiggle here, don't we? They love a wiggle. Right, I'm not going to go back on it though, because it took ages to get a bite. So what I'm going to do is catch it, go long, catch one, and then maybe come back for the last 10 minutes short, because you'll see it's much bigger. It's 10 pounder this, if not bigger. They are creatures if you get one there. He's not little, is he? Go back long in it, nice and quick, and there one hopefully. Some bait. Right, What have I got in that net? That worth £15 I've got in that net now, maybe a little bit more. So I should be alright with that net now. Yes, we should be alright. That's obviously crap because they're packing up. See, that was a perfect run. I needed that, and it's only through being on it a few times you know not to go back on it. Like, yes, I could have caught a quick one maybe, but hopefully this is the right thing to do. Just to nick one, go back long, nick another. I might repeat it, depends how quick I catch one long. If I catch one long, I might just give myself the last 5 minutes to drop in that edge again. Well, I need to get him there, so feeding it 3 or 4 times before I do, I'll hopefully get one there quicker, because I've been waiting ages for a second indication when I've been going down there. So I'll just feed it, try and catch another 5-pounder on this, and then hopefully end with one more bite in that, in the shallow water. What's indication then? There's the casters, there's the casters. Keep launching them in. It's mad how they find your bait in it. I fed 3 pints of casters there and there's barely been a fish on it other than an odd carp, and they still pick your bait out. It's mad. But you do need a standy out bait. There's a great big ghostie just swimming past me. Swimming past me rig as we speak. So it's literally incredible how many of them are about. Come on. How long have we got? Time me on. 52. 52. Come on, it's definitely time for one. Did have, and we messed it right up. Pellet's got all manky. Right, got to be really fast now. Should probably abort this and go down the edge, but let's see. One more handful. That's it now until I go down there. I'll give it one more. That's it, no more until I go on it now. Snagged. Need a quick bite. If I don't get a quick bite, I'll be staying long. Get a quick bite, we're going to go down the edge again. Pellet's in really quick. Yeah, I feel like that chap on 66 has caught quite steady. Quick bite that we wanted, little fish as well, so get it in fast with a bit of luck. One last go on casters. So there's a big lad there waiting for us. I'd like to have caught that one a bit quicker on the long line. That would give me a couple more minutes on this, but I'm only looking for one bite anyway, so hopefully we've got enough time to get one. Yeah, we had one. Beautiful, that's what we were hoping for. Another big fish by the feel of it. Well, that is that. Proper, right enjoyed that. So hopefully you'll all have too. But anyway, I'm gonna get packed up, weighed in, and then I'll have a little catch up in a minute. All weighed in, mate, I've had a cracking day, haven't I? It's been such a lovely day. It's been a confidence boost more than anything, which is so important to go into these finals confident, feeling you've got a chance. I'll take that. I don't feel like I've learnt much today just because the conditions didn't allow me to have a play. But other than that, it's been a cracking match. The standard match at Hayfield, it's so good. This is without doubt, for me, I'm going to say it's my favourite venue in the country. It really is. It's such a good place to catch big wobbly carp. It's a shame them skimmers haven't fed. There's a lot of skimmers to be caught as well, but other than that, it has been a cracker. Hopefully you have enjoyed it just as much as I have. This has been probably one of the best live matches I've ever done for Matrix. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hope you all enjoyed watching.